In this video, we're going to talk about the top 5 problems we found with the Volvo XC60 5th generation, and one of them is code P0420. And I want to get into how you can diagnose it and easily read it with this code reader, very inexpensive. Let's get into it. First one I want to talk about, it's kind of simple but can be annoying. You press that button right there to open that tailgate and it just doesn't open. So they say that the problem's in the glove box area. That door opening and closing through amount of time, or even using the valet lock or locking it. There's a wiring harness on some that go to that latch and it cuts off the valet from opening the door on the back of the trunk. Well, the wiring harness gets broken from doing it so many times. So if your problem is that button, don't go replacing the batteries, check out that harness first. Number 2 brings us back here at the rear brakes. Yep, that's right, DIYers. If you like to do brakes, well, with this one, you're going to need a scan tool because this electric caliper will not let you bypass it. You have to use a scan tool, go into service mode, push that caliper back so you can do the brake surface correctly. So number 3 is AC problems. The drivers or people in the car have complained about noises when the AC is on. Everything from a squealing sound to a knocking sound, metal grinding sound, to like a thumping sound. Now there's 4 things that can cause all of these, and I'm going to show you what they are. It could be the blend door actuator, which makes a clicking sound non-stop, which is located here. Or it could be your AC condenser. It sprung a leak due to the debris that hits it all the time when you go down the road. Sand, dirt gets stuck in there, and it can rot away that aluminum over time. What happens is the freon will leak and leak out, therefore you won't have any AC. Now you can hear a hissing sound. If it just happens when you're around, you'll hear it hissing because it's under pressure. Or you can look for oily debris sticking, like sand stuff sticking to it. That's a good sign of a leak also. Or it could be the cooling fans in the engine compartment, because they do come on when you put the AC on. Now they could be covered with mud or dirt from the road, just everyday driving. That will cause a thumping sound that you'll hear inside when you put that AC on. Or it could be that AC compressor. Yeah, the rattling of the AC clutches. That's on the outside of the compressor. It's that black round circle that's mounted to the compressor. Those clutches go bad. They sound like a rattling metal cage. Ding, 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 ding. It's really loud, but it only happens when the AC button is put on, when you want cold air into that cab. That's a great indication that that compressor is no good and that would need to be replaced. Number 4 is P0420 or 430, which we've talked about in the beginning, this little inexpensive code reader. What I want you to do first, if you have those codes, make sure you have no exhaust leaks. You have any exhaust leaks to the front of those converters, that's going to cause those codes because it's not working, right? Fix those, clear the code, doesn't come back, you're done. But if the code does come back, then take that little inexpensive code reader, plug it in, and check data on it. Go right to the data section and look up fuel trim. Make sure you have no misfires. If you have misfires, that's the whole problem too. And you still might need converters, but you gotta fix all that first. No misfires, go right to the fuel trim like I said. You're gonna have data saying voltage. It should be positive and negative 5 volts in that ballpark, 6 or 7. But it should be going back and forth like a steady ping pong ball. Now that means that fuel trim's working and everything's good. If you've got high voltage like 28, 29, going back and forth, you have fuel leakage, could be injectors, could be a vacuum leak. That's damaged those converters. So you have to fix that first and then do the converters. But that looks good, go to your downstream O2 sensors. Now take those readings. That voltage should be steady, solid 5 to 7 volts at a cruising speed, nothing higher than that. If you notice the front O2 sensors, they're going like an ocean wave. Well, the rear should be almost a flat line. That means that that converter is filtering out the carbon monoxide, doing its job. If it's reading like an ocean wave, it's not filtering anymore, and you're going to need to replace them. Number 5 has to do with cruise control. You put your cruise control on and you're driving down the road and all of a sudden it just stops. Well, one of the main reasons is the forward sensing module. That is located in that front bumper. If it gets damaged in any way, cracked, or even has snow on it or tons of mud, it won't take a reading. So therefore it tells the cruise control, we're not going to work, and it shuts it right off. If that looks okay and everything's good out there, the next thing could be just a simple update flashing on that module for the cruise control. Volvo says that works, so check it out.